Yes. How's everybody doing today? This is Market Forensics, episode 10. Deposit match. Nah, nah, nah. It's just broker leverage games. Playing games behind the curtains. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Wall Street, Bid God, Don Wick in this bitch. Now, they call it a bonus, but it's a setup. What looks like free money is actually engineered exposure. This ain't capital, y'all. It's broker controlled liability wrapped in dopamine and deception. And guess what? You're the weak hand at the table. So if you're not aware of the tricks and traps that these brokers play to get you to sign up and open an account and deposit those funds, well then you're in for a rough road ahead. So let's dive in, strap in your seatbelts. We're live. Episode 10, Market Forensics. Let's go. So that 100% match, yeah, it sounds cute, enticing, but they're not giving you capital. They're handing you a loaded leverage weapon and daring you to pull the trigger. You think you're trading bigger, but you're just bleeding faster. This is the trap. So the hidden game, leverage cranked at 500 to 1 without consent. This is bait. That bonus, it's bait for a deeper market exposure. You think you're risking 2% per trade, but in all actuality, you're risking 4% per trade. You think you just doubled up, but really you just stepped on a landmine. A boom. So you didn't ask for 500 to 1 leverage, but you got it. Why? Because the fine print said they could, and you didn't read the fine print. And they know the faster your exposure spikes, the quicker the margin collapses. It's a booby trap, a landmine. And guess what, folks? This isn't strategy. This is sabotage. Now, what traps, what hidden traps are there? See, you didn't notice the leverage until it was too late. Margin pressure increases. You're playing a game where the house knows exactly when you'll blow up. Kaboom! The mechanism, accepting that match deposit, it automatically triggers that over leveraging, that over trading. It's almost like taking two trades at once. So you're blowing up the account a lot faster. So welcome to the invisible tax code for retail trading. Inflated spreads, baby. Inflated leverage. You're bleeding 2 to 3 pips per trade while thinking it's no commission. You run 100 trades doubled up. You're down 300 pips at the blink of an eye without even being wrong. Yeah. That's theft via markup. Forensic breakdown. Imagine you break that down several trades, crank that up half a pip. All of a sudden, your broker's in the money 2.5 pips, baked into every markup. And guess what? It's just disguised as profit. So not only do you think you're trading with a lot more capital, but they're able to hit you with even more in terms of the fees because they're charging you per the spread, marking up the spread, and then getting paid off that increased size based on you thinking you have more capital, but they just increase the leverage. And these are the games, many games that are played on the MT4 platform. So they sold you no commission like it's a win. But the fees, they're just harder to find. That markup, that slippage, the swaps, yeah, it's a hidden holding tax, a bleeding account, while your statement says no commissions. Yeah, you got hit with the fee, you just didn't get a receipt. The broker They profit, okay, with hidden incentives. See, it's coded into the spread. You're paying more and you don't even know it. Why? Because you're trading even more size. You put in $500 in that account. You think you're trading $1,000? You think the broker told you that it was 100-to-1 leverage with a 500 deposit and a $500 match bonus? But in all actuality, they just gave you 200-to-1 leverage. I want you to think about that for a second. Digest that. Now, at 200-to-1 leverage, you think you got $1,000 in the account. Now you're trading 2% of $1,000 instead of 2% of 500. And that math right there is the fastest way to destruction, fastest way to blow up that account, or the fastest way to blow up that next prop challenge. They show you your pips, and it can be at $1.20 and 84. You click and it fills you at $1.20.95. It's not latency. That's planned sabotage, planned slippage. And that planned sabotage, yeah, I know it's garbage, but it's a mirage. Retail execution is a shadow game. All those requotes, rejections, and slippage, yeah, they aren't bugs. It's a business model. You got that? A business model that pays the broker's Lambo payments, baby. Let's call it out here like we see it. You only get slipped on the wins. Those bad fills, yeah, that equals good profits for the broker. Now you catching on? This is the entire scam on one flow chart. You get the bonus bait. You see that nice little 50% bonus advertised on the front page of the broker's website. And don't get me started on regulatory agencies. That's why they can get away with this because they're regulated by some shady offshore jurisdiction. See, this is a broker run liquidity funnel. This isn't trading. And guess who's the liquidity? I always say it and I said it best. You're either liquid or liquidity. And again, it's the hidden tax. That's your 20, 50x turnover requirement before you can withdraw the money. That means you must overtrade to even think about withdrawing. That's how they print profit with your losses. Again, a lot of you didn't even hear me. Forget trying to withdraw profits. Forget trying to withdraw gains. You aren't hip to the game. How about trying to withdraw your initial deposit? See, a lot of you don't read contracts. That means very seldom of you read the fine print. And if you read the fine print, Charlene, you'd see that they told you that you had to take a certain amount of trades before you can even withdraw your initial deposit. And here you go calling yourself a professional, referring this broker to your hard-earned subscribers. Yeah, it's gap, and you're the one that gets gapped. Every fee they hide, that's a payout they just stole. No fee is just financial misdirection. Swap fees, hit you with inactivity fees, playing those spread games. But guess who's paying? Guess who's the product? It's just not where you're looking. That's the problem. You're paying. You just can't seem to find the invoice. Let's break it down plain. Spread, slippage, requotes, swaps. And if you try to take a break, they punish you for patience. Yeah, if it's not in the statement, it's in the shadows. That's shadow execution. And you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Now, what about that multiplier effect? Okay? This is the slide that gets the broker sweat, all giddy and excited inside. You deposit $1,000, they match it. You're all hyped up and excited like a fifth stringer who's now ready to get into the game. Been riding the bench all your life, and now the coach calls you in. You're hype. He geeked. But now you're running 5x exposure without the extra skill. This isn't capital growth. It's engineered liquidation. You put in that 1,000, they give you the 100% bonus. You think you're trading with 2K, but your leverage is spiked and you've got exposure of 10K. Only requirement they told you was $1,000. Didn't tell you they jacked up your leverage. Margin call now hits 5 times faster. But you didn't scale up. You just got scaled out. Yeah, yeah, I see it all the time. In the real market, your fill is immutable. In retail, it's whatever the broker feels like filling you at. Okay? One says filled, right? The other says cleared, verified. You think you're trading SP 500, but it's SP fiction. Yeah. And most traders can't even tell the difference. It's funny, you hear all these gurus talking about trading NAS 100, trading XAU USD and getting that bonus or that funded account. But if it's on dumb money rails, you were never smart to begin with, so what makes you think you had smart money concepts? See, the real feel, again, it's transparent. It's exchange recorded, verified with a timestamp. But that broker feel, that retail broker feel, it's all internal. They can adjust it to whatever they want and they can reject it at their discretion. Yep. You're not just trading a market, you're just trading a magician with your money. Oh, yeah. And I know it hurts. I know. Stings a bit. But as you start to really understand, you're trading a simulation and you're the one paying to do so, it starts to not be as funny, right? See, here's the key. I want to break this down plain and simple. They don't need to beat your strategy. They just need to raise your leverage and just sit back and kick their feet up and just wait for the profits to come in as they're laughing on their way to the bank. It's the oldest trick in the offshore broker book, and you fell for it. And the fine print gives them all the ammo they need. And try to go screaming and yelling to a regulator. You're in the US, you think you're going to go to the NFA or the CFTC to tell on this broker, but they're out of reach. That's why they're offshore. Charlene? So the core traps, the leverage is adjusted without your consent or even without your knowledge. Margin call frequencies increase much like your drawdowns. Broker stays clean, but you get wiped out. Yeah, the only thing rigged faster than price is your leverage. Uh-huh. So welcome to the rigged leverage game, folks. How brokers manipulate leverage. Again, you think you're trading with that $100, right? But in actuality, you got 50 bucks in the account. They just matched your 50 with 50. You thought, nope, they just play leverage games. So it's extremely important that when you're seeing a broker that needs to promote with these gimmicks, there's a reason behind it. In this market, there's a 90-90-90 rule where they say 90% of traders lose 90% of their account in 90 days, and you can see why. With all the games the brokers play, all the manipulation that the brokers use, you can almost see why they have to use all these tricks because they're the ones that are causing these margin calls, causing the liquidations. But I want you to think about it. If they were a big player like a Charles Schwab or an Interactive Brokers, they don't need to advertise. It's in the name. It's in the legacy. It's in the brand. It's in the game. Think about it. Same thing as Lamborghini or Ferrari. When's the last time you've seen a Lamborghini commercial? Right? or a Ferrari ad. You know why? Because it's prestige. It's big leagues. They don't have to advertise to get your business or to attract you because it's quality over quantity. And the same thing goes for the real markets. Real brokers, real futures commission merchants, or Forex prime brokers, prime of primes, they don't need to advertise gimmicks because they know that they provide execution and a route to the market, not dumb pipes or dumb money rails or brokers that are coming with all these gimmicks. So again, you heard it here first. Demand real feels, demand smart money rails. And all of the gimmicks that the broker pushes, such as bonus match or a match bonus, or the funny one is the education, offer education or some webinar. Understand that introducing brokers, these are your charlatans, like Charlene, and these retail bucket shop brokers, these market makers, they profit off of your activity. They profit off of your trading volume. So they're going to advertise scalping. They're going to advertise you taking trades in frequency. And also with these leverage games, you're increasing your size. Increase size and trade frequency, and that's a recipe for disaster. Okay? This is the doctrine. So no more demo dreams, no more leverage games, no more shadow fees, and most of all, no more platform illusion trading on MetaTrader. I want you to ask for real feels. Demand transparency costs and find out who's clearing the trades, or you end up being the one that gets played. Forensics, it demands explicit cost breakdowns and third-party field verification, as well as leverage disclosures every time. If not, then it's not tradable. All right? You already know what it is. Go ahead and like and subscribe and watch some of the other market forensics episodes. We go deeper. We go into the hidden fee games that brokers play. I'm even talking about you, Charlene, right? You want to learn how to catch a charlatan? Stay tuned to Market Forensics. This is episode 10. Episode 11 coming at you soon. Stay tuned. You know who it is, Mr. Wall Street, Bid God, Don Wick, signing out of this bitch.